Hello and what's up my friends, it is Thunder Bob here, and tonight we are going to be checking out the Diablo IV server slam. I'm going to be playing a Sorcerer, and we are going to be playing a Firewall source. This is a build that's kind of defensive. It's really good for like world bosses. Like I'm going to be checking out a Shava later. If I manage to beat it, I will make a separate video showing this build off, taking on a Shava. The basics here, we're going to go through the skills and the items I'm using. The basics are, you use Firebolt with these skills. Pretty much anything that has bonuses for burning you want to take, because this build has a ton of burning on it. So Firebolt, these two abilities. Pretty much just skip this tree. This is just from item contribution. You can ignore that. Flame Shield, Teleport, Ice Armor are your main ones. I'm getting this from items. I didn't have to put a point here, so I ended up putting an extra point in teleport just, you know, to be able to get all the way down to my next skill section. Ice Armor, Teleport, Flame Shield. I did get this for the extra mana regen also. This is a fairly mana-intensive build. Then you got Hydra. I didn't max this out, I put just enough points to keep going. I also have 1 point here, as this is really useful against elites. You know, like right now I'm getting 40% damage reduction. You know, the first hit I take from an elite, basically, which is pretty substantial. It's a good 1 point wonder. Keep going down. I have Firewall and its abilities. This increases damage, you know, from burning, and then this makes them continue burning after they leave Firewall. And then I also am using the Firewall enchantment. So each time an enemy takes burning damage, there's a 5% chance to spawn 2 firewalls underneath them for 3 seconds. And I've got a ton of burning. This, I think, is impacted by Lucky Hit, which is not high on this character, so I don't see this trigger a lot, but when it does, it's a substantial damage increase. We're going to quickly look at the gear here. This is not like... This is nowhere near the gear was on my last Sorcerer. I had level 25 during the last beta. It had legendaries in every socket spot. The thing is, legendary drop rates are way lower now, so I'm not farming for 40 hours to get all legendaries. I also wanted this to feel kind of like what you can expect this build to play as at level 20 organically. Let's go through the items here, plus the Hydra. Got this from the Act 1 boss. Not super useful here because I don't have much crowd control or vulnerable, but it's the best thing I found so far. Again, the critical strike's nice. The frozen orb, kind of useless here. I should probably re-roll that, but I also am playing around with a frozen orb build, so I want to hold on to it for now. Intelligence, damage reduction. Frost Nova, Flame Shield, that's that Flame Shield I'm getting. Just a ton of damage on this, and then it's got a ton of extra damage for basic skills because of the double socket. That's making the Firebolt do a ton of damage. This drops when you finish Act 1. Bunch of extra conjuration, so get some extra Hydra damage from that, and then the shield is nice on occasion. Critical strike chance. This has some fire damage. Critical strike chance. Damage to close enemies. Like, you have a lot of close enemies when you're using Firewall. So overall, not like peak gear by any means, but it's doing okay. So let's go ahead and kill some dudes. And I'm not sure the exact order that these videos are going to go up in, but I did another one where I showed a Hydra orb build after the pretty substantial nerfs to Hydra. Like, Hydra is doing like 1/3 of the damage that it did during the last beta period. So it is considerably lower now. But it's still, it's like a very efficient skill. For 20 mana, you pump out a huge amount of damage. You know, like, I don't think there is a more efficient, you know, damage to mana skill in the Sorcerer's playbook, even post-nerf. And this build's rocking pretty good. It also has a lot of defensive abilities, which are more for when you're taking on, like, world bosses. Like, that's kind of the purpose of this build, I feel like. But it does a lot of damage, and since it's all fire, it all synergizes really, really effectively. And I didn't play through the main story with Fire Source, so like Firewall. I'm a little cumbersome with it right now. Like, it works, but in a solo capacity, like you don't have a mercenary or anything, you don't have other players to tank for you. It takes a little bit of getting used to. And we are looking for a watchman. Did I kill him over there? Do I need to go the other way already? I killed an elite back there, I wasn't sure. Oh, it's right here. Oh no, this is the quest I had. I didn't do this as I was leveling up.
Our company has been called away on a mission for the light. We know that, like the others who have been called to serve, we will not return.
That burn damage is incredible.
Everything to the church. Must we give up our lives as well?
Teleport randomly sucks. I don't know. Like, at times, it just does not go anywhere. Oh, these are fun. Yeah, I think I killed him and I didn't even notice. I think I need to go the other way, because it's usually two things. I got the one from this side. I mentioned this in a different video, but they talked a lot about like streamlining these dungeons and making them less repetitious and stuff, and I really haven't seen a substantial difference. I don't know if those changes are not in the server slam, or maybe they're more nuanced and like less noticeable, but I have not noticed like a huge change. Yeah, that damage is pretty nice. I'm looking forward to trying a Shaba. I've not had a lot of time to play this server slam. My daughter's got gymnastics and it's Mother's Day and stuff, so like limited playtime. So this is gonna be probably the one and only time I'm gonna be able to try a Shaba. And in the previous weekends, like it was just really horribly timed. So, literally, I have not, I have not tried her. I don't know if it's a girl or boy, but I have not tried the world boss, period. Just, the timing just never lined up when I was online. So, I'm looking forward. I'm going to do that coming on the Saturday night at, let's see, midnight. That is one thing I hate about timed bosses, is like, I've got a real life, I've got a job, you know, more than 40 hours a week, I've got a life, I've got a family. I hate when they set those things on schedule like that, like every 3 hours. Well, sometimes I only play 2 hours a day, and if it doesn't line up with, you know, that spawn time, I never get to see it. I know that I'm probably in a minority, you know, players, but it's annoying. Sometimes I'm lucky if I get 2 hours a day. Kids got homework. Wife has needs, you know how it goes. I can't even tell when the fire enchantment triggers, like there's so much fire. That firebolt is doing pretty crazy damage, like a single firebolt is killing a lot of enemies. I don't think firewall stacking works, but I'm not 100% on that. I should actually look that up. some extent, you can just, like, get them burning and then run away. Like, because they will eventually die. And you just gotta make sure not to miss out on any good drops. Try and interact with this thing, but they will not let me.
I tried to convince Soliana to leave with me. I told her that her son would rather grow up with a mother, and we could start over, away from this wasteland.
I'm just like melting through these guys. And I don't have great gear. Like, I enchanted some stuff, but it's not like I farmed. Like, I got to 20, and I played maybe an hour beyond that. You can blame Zelda. Like, I've been kind of fighting my time between that and Zelda, among the other things. That Zelda's pretty good. I'm hoping to have it beat by the time this game finally comes out. That was close. That's why having 3 defensive abilities sometimes is good. I'm actually like, the main reason I played Sorcerer again is because so many of the changes in this build, and it's like, it's making me rethink what build I'm gonna go. Like, I was thinking Hydra Orb, but this is like, this build is kind of rocking right now. I'm gonna face tank for a few seconds with the defensive abilities. Look at that. Just melting him. Imagine if you had Hydra and everything maxed out. You are going up. Den Mother. No legendaries still. Other than from the Act 4. Get anything? Yeah. Firewall rank. Cool. Actually, yeah, for this build, that's a total improvement. Yeah. Alright, well, I'm going to end the video here. I am hopefully going to have one other video. I'll have the Hydra Orb video, I'll have the Firewall video, and then I'll have one more where I take on a Shava with this build. But yeah, if you like what I'm doing, please do like, subscribe, drop me a comment with your thoughts. I always appreciate hearing from people who are watching my content. Again, thank you, and have a great night.